This clip is brought to you by SaveWithConrad.com.
April 6th, Jim Crockett Promotions, I love saying that phrase, great wrestling, recorded an episode of World Championship Wrestling from the TBS studios in Atlanta that aired on April 9th. Arn, this is the first TV taping coming after the Clash of the Champions, and the full court press to the Crockett Cup is on. This is also the first show we saw Dusty as the Midnight Rider. You remember that one, right? Dusty in the old mask.
Yes,
Midnight Rider
sir.
deal. Yep. Mm-hmm. This is following his 120-day storyline suspension after the attack on Magnum TA back in March. Last episode, we left the reason for the suspension open-ended, but the follow-up research indicates this decision was strictly a creative one. So it was all about debuting him as Midnight Rider. Isn't that fun?
Well, it's, you could get away with stuff like that back in the day. It was tongue-in-cheek. Everybody in the building knew who it was.
Yes.
Obviously, that's what made it so entertaining.
It was entertaining, man. I remember that as a kid. Like Midnight Rider, we all know that's Dusty Rhodes, but it was still something different. And different was good in certain things, and we enjoyed it. On the show, you and Tully defeated Kendall Windham and Mike Jackson in just under 2 minutes. After the match, you and Tully and JJ are interviewed by the voice of wrestling and fellow AFS colleague Jim Ross. We have the match, Arn, and we have the interview. Let's take a look.
Excellence in professional wrestling, the Four Horsemen. It's going to happen. First of all, ladies, it's Friday night, April the 22nd.
Let's not be talking about dates. Let's talk about the issue at hand. Just about the time that I think justice has finally prevailed, I've got a little confidence back in our judicial system. I have to look at this blatant miscarriage of justice, because that's exactly what it is. How can you stand out here with a straight face and look at the same monitor that I'm looking at, seeing this person called the Midnight Rider, knowing wholeheartedly that it's none other than the American Dream, Dusty Rhodes, who is supposed to be under suspension for 120 days.
How do you know that?
How do I know it? I'm not blind, and I spent a fortune on these glasses. That's how I know it. I know that man inside and out. And you may be an idiot, though I've always had a lot of respect for you, but I can't help but believe that any one member of the board of directors, if they sat and looked at that tape, would have to choke on their coffee because it's so obvious who it is. So if I got to get back to the boardroom, if I've got to get some copies of this videotape and send them to every member and say, take a good look at it, Dusty Rhodes went over the line. He cracked. He took a baseball bat and hit official of the NWA. That's the bottom line. Suspended for 120 days, and just about the time we're willing and ready to celebrate this moment before the champagne has even had time to get cold, I have to look at a monitor and see this Midnight Rider. Well, something is going to be done about it.
You got something to say about this? You gentlemen
I got something to say. It's more a case of Molly Collin Rhodes, and he makes too much money to be Molly Collin.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, the Horsemen are quite upset of the appearance of the Midnight Rider, and you'll see Sting right after we come back.
Okay, so a few things here. First of all, JJ says, because I'm blind and spent a fortune on these glasses. This is like we're playing the hits of J.J. Dillon recently, man. He is just so good. I know we've said it before, but he's fantastic here.
You got to relive it and get a dose of it like we're doing now to really realize just how good he is. What an intelligent, articulate guy, big time.
He really is. And Arn, the other thing I noticed here, you changed up your look just a little bit. Is it because we're approaching the summertime? I'm seeing a little bit of blonde in Arn Anderson. I don't know if you found the peroxide or the sun in, but you're going to see that as we go here.
Well,
you're looking a lot blonder, my friend.
In those days, squirt a lemon on your head, get out on the deck for an hour.
There you go.
You could be blind. I don't know.
Well, you had the lemons working then, my friend, because we're going to see this as the clips go. You're looking blonder than ever. The sun's shining. The tan is arriving, and you looking like it's ready for summertime.
Hey, it's Conrad Thompson. Thanks for checking out the podcast here on YouTube. Be sure to hit the subscribe button and the notifications bell so you get a notice anytime we upload some new content. And go save yourself some money right now. If you're in a 30-year loan or you have credit card debt, it's not a matter of if I can save you money. It's a matter of how much. Find out right now for free at SaveWithConrad.com.